Do we have Omar in the, okay, we have a point of order from BPSA.
Daniel, BPSA UK. Can I just ask potentially maybe if scrutineers can check that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the people on the speakers list that are listed as ODs are the people present here as ODs? I've just spotted that some people are ODs on this Zoom call, but not on the speakers list on the GA folder. Thank you. And I can't see that the actual ODs present. Thank you.
Thank you. Scrutineers, could you please help us with that? And EXCO? While we check for feedback from scrutineers, is it okay if we proceed with this motion? BPSA? Great, thank you. Omar?
Yes, Isaac.
Okay, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes for motivation. Do you want us to project the financial report?
Yes, please.
Or would you project it yourself?
Please, can you project it?
Okay, give me a second. Omar? You have the floor. You have 3 minutes. Omar? Can anybody hear Omar?
Yes, thank you, Isaac.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Omar Awida, chairperson of 67th IPSF World Congress. I'm here to represent my financial report for the World Congress. As you see on the screen, we have a financial report for LIT and World Congress and DCT and summary for all event. For LIT, it was sponsored from Canadian University, and they give us the opportunity to save money from LIT to spend that on the World Congress. And as you see in the screen, I hope you go through the reports on the GA folder. LIT balance is 1,106 euros. Next step, please, Isaac, for World Congress. Please, can you present the left side for the incomes? Yes. Here you can see the income of IPSF World Congress. Phase 1, we received 133 participants with price 440 euros, with the total income was euros 85,520 euros. Phase 2, we have registered 11 participants with 500 euros, with total 5,500 euros. Phase 3, 15 participants with 550 euros, with a total 8,250 euros. And also we made offers to encourage participants and increase the number of participants during the World Congress. OD offers, we offered for member organizations who didn't apply for official delegates within the phase 1, with the OD offers is 450 euros. We received 9 participants in this package, with a total 4,050 euros. Group registration offer, we received 2 participants with 510 euros, with a total 1,020 euros. OC fund, it's a fund paid by organizing committee to fund the World Congress. It's total in euros 3,153 euros. EUC sponsorship, it's saved from LIT 1,106 euros. Exco zero income, event manager zero income, EPSA IPSF MOU 400 euros, EPSA delegation registration 40 euros, IPSF team registration Daniel Parliamentarian Coordinator 550,000 euros paid from IPSF.
Hi, Omar, your time is up.
Yes.
Now we'll open the floor for discussion. Kishan, could you please put up the screen? Okay, so if you have any questions for Omar or the RC, please register through the form.
Is that technical? Sorry.
Okay.
Denise,
I
see. Sorry, I see people trying to send in their comments, but it's not appearing on the system.
Did someone
hold on?
Give me a second.
I'm trying to fix it. Hold on. Can you just check if you can see it now?
Yes, we can see it now. Before we continue, can we get clarification that all ODs that weren't registered, I mean, all people in the room that weren't registered or accredited as ODs are no longer in the room? BPSA?
I thought it was for scrutineers to check.
Yeah, I'm just, if you give me the confirmation, then we can move on. Because I've confirmed with scrutineers, I think you had it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, great, thank you. Usama, are you back?
Yes.
Okay, so you can take over.
Thank you, Isaac. So we have a new comment from APF Portugal. Denise, the floor is yours.
Denise, APF Portugal. Firstly, thank you for your report and for organizing the World Congress. We would like to ask regarding the LIT, how many participants were there? Because we see in the report the number 11, then in the actual math, we see 8. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dennis. The number of participants for LIT, we have registered a confirmed registration for 11 participants, but confirmed and show up for 8 participants only from international students, and from Egyptian students we have 3 students. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, then we have a second question from APF Portugal. The floor is yours.
Denise, APF Portugal. We would like to ask, in the report it is mentioned that some transactions are still pending, namely Panama and Senegal, and we would like to understand if those transactions have already been received by the World Congress Reception Committee. Sorry, thank you.
Yes, we have still pending transactions from regarding single transaction. We just received it yesterday, and regarding the Panama transaction, it's rejected from bank. and we will advise them to pay it for IPSF directly. After we will discuss it with IPSF Treasurer, Mr. Christian. But we still have a pending transaction from Panama. Yes, I hope you answered your question. Thank you.
Okay, we have direct from APF. The floor is yours.
Denise, APF Portugal. So the transaction that you already received, is it in this report or not? Just to understand if your balance will change. Thank you.
Yes, it is in this report.
Thank you, Omar. Next on the speakers list, we have PSA Taiwan. Was it?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
This is Bijan, PSA Taiwan, and thank you for your presentation. And I would like to ask why there aren't details in PCT tour.
Okay, regarding PCT, yes, can I answer?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, regarding PCT tours, it was a package offered from tourism agency in Egypt. They offer us, we will provide 1, 2, 3, and it will cost X number. So we agreed based on this offer and the details of whole trip with tourism agency.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving to the next question, APF Portugal. Denise, the floor is yours.
Denise, APF Portugal. In the World Congress tab, in the printing materials and logistics, and also in social, there are some expenses that exist, but it is not explained what are those expenses. Would it be possible to have them detailed on the report? Thank you.
Can I have explanation regarding which item in printing material and logistics? Osama?
Yes, Denise.
Denise, APF Portugal. When we open the tab for the World Congress on the line 37 and the line 51, it states expenses, and they are in the value of 268 for the logistics and 26 euros for expenses in the social. It only states expenses. Can we have them detailed as what they were? Thank you.
Yes, expenses in social and printing material. It may be transportation for material and also tipping for workers and something like that. But I didn't find it in printing material. It's included in social activities. Yes.
Okay, we have a direct from APF Portugal. The floor is yours. Not direct. Can we update? Do we still have a new comment from APF Portugal?
I think this is the old one. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, regarding the social activities expenses, it's cost 26 euros. It's included transportation and tipping for workers and something like that. So it's covered as expenses, general expenses.
Thank you, Omar. We do not have any other intervention on the speakers list, which means it's safe to close the floor for discussion and move to voting. And please do rename yourself according to the provided example. And next, we will be voting on this motion through the chat box. All in favor of this motion, please type a Y in the chat box. Okay, we have not reached a unanimous decision. Next, anyone abstaining, please type a Y in the chat box. Anyone against?
Sama, there are 3 missing votes. I can count 20 votes so far.
Yes. Okay, 2 more. Okay, then. Since we have not reached, since not everyone has voted, then it is getting too difficult to distinguish which one is still missing. We will be redoing the vote through Memo vote. We will be preparing the vote and opening it as soon as possible.
Usama, the vote is open.
Okay, we have technical from Kefsa, Kenya. However, the vote is open. Please make sure to cast your votes as soon as possible. We have 5 minutes to vote. We are still missing GPSA Ghana, ASAP Switzerland, MyPSA Malaysia, IPSA Lebanon, KEFSA Kenya. Yes, also IPSF Peru. KEFSA Kenya, are you able to perform the vote? All right, then. I think everyone has voted.
Usama, should we proceed to close the voting?
Yes. And we
Okay, Osama got disconnected. Okay, can you guys hear me? May I get thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay, Osama is back.
Thank you. So the results are on the screen. Motion 50, the 68th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the financial report of the chairperson of the disciplinary committee of the 67th IPSF World Congress 2022 has been accepted and carried with simple majority. Next motion will be we have clarification from Edward, GPSA Ghana. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Edward, GPSA Ghana. I'm not quite sure about the results for the voting. I saw 2 spoiled votes, and then we had a total number of voters being 21, with 18 for, 2 against, and 1 abstention. Could you please clarify that for me? Thank you.
Thank you so much, GPSA Ghana. Well, as you all are aware, we started with 23 present and voting full members. Then we have lost 2 official delegates, which meant them losing their voting rights. This happened, which meant the current number of eligible voters are 21, and we have 2 spoiled votes from full member organization who lost their votes during the voting for losing access to the room. Is that clear? Yes, thank you, Edward. Next on this screen is motion 42. This, the 68th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the report of the Auditing Committee 2021-22. The report was uploaded to the General Assembly folder.
Hi, Usama, do you want the report to be displayed, or are we taking emotions from the GA? Usually we don't display the reports, but if they want to, we can.
I'm sorry, can I just interject if I can also speak like in brief about the report as well, if needed? I think I want to, can I request for that, please?
Yes,
okay, thank you, Osama. Hi, everyone, Kishan, IPSF Treasurer here. So this motion was initially supposed to be presented during the physical GA, but unfortunately, because of the report not being not complete at that time, we were not able to present this, and as a result, the other 2 reports for the financial report as well as the budget could not be presented as well. The real reason for the delay was because when it came to carrying out the audit, there were a couple of issues that I was facing in terms of the financial records and financial documents, and it was difficult for me to compile all this to conduct a proper audit, and that's what's caused the delay in the report being published. But I have spoken to the auditing committee. Sorry. Excuse me. I've reached out to the members, and of course, we will be, as you can see, the recommendations have already been put into the report, and we will be working together until the end of the mandate to ensure that every other work is complete. And I'm also planning to have the members to at least be involved in the next audit committee's introduction and work for a few weeks, so that we can have like an overlap and also a proper handover when it comes to the audit process for the next mandate. So since I'm the treasurer that is going to be carrying on for the next mandate as well, I'll also be looking to make sure that every single discrepancy and other issues are sorted out by the next General Assembly. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishan. Can we have the parliamentarian system back on the screen? So do we have any comments, questions? Please use the Google form to yes, we have a new comment from IPSF Portugal. Denise, the floor is yours.
Denise, IPSF Portugal, we would just like to mention Kishan already explained the reasoning why this report is late. And we would also like to stress out that in the future mandate, the communication with the auditing committee is more functional per se. Like, I'm not sure how to explain it. We also left some suggestions, and we urge the next auditing committee and the treasurer to follow them or try to see if they are useful for their work in order to have better results. And next mandate, we don't have a delay. Thank you.
Okay, GPSA Ghana, please use the Google form to submit your intervention.
Sorry, Usama, can I respond to Denise?
Yes, Kishan.
Okay, Kishan, IPSF Treasurer, thank you very much, Denise, for your comment. And yes, all recommendations in the report will also be part of my EM1 report or annual plan for the next mandate. And I've also mentioned part of like making sure that we have a proper record or a backup record in terms of having proper financial documentation prepared in my EM3 report that was presented in the physical GA a few weeks ago, where I will definitely work on making it more easier for us to sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so to make the process of us recording financial transactions and everything easier for us for the future mandate. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishan. So we have no other comments or question. We will be closing the floor for discussion and moving to voting. Okay, we will try again using the chat box since we have only 21 full member present and voting. All for the motion, please type a Y in the chat box. Thank you. Motion carried unanimously. The 68th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the report of the Auditing Committee 2021-22. We have 21 votes yes. So we can update the results on the screen. Thank you. And we can move to the next motion. Okay. So the next motion is motion 44. The the report 2021-22. I'll be given the floor for Kishan.
Thank you, Osama. Kishan, IPSF Treasurer here. So the financial report for 2021-2022 has been up. Okay, thank you. The financial report for 2021-2022 has been uploaded into the GA folder. It shows a complete financial overview of 2021, as well as an intermediate overview of 2022. So just in case any, for those who do not know yet, our financial year runs from January 1st to 31st December every year. So that is why for 2022's financial report will only be presented next year. A complete breakdown of each expenditure can be found in the budget, which will be presented in the next motion. So what is in the report is just a summary. However, you can still see what are the what have we spent throughout the year. In 2021, we saw, we didn't see, compared to 2020, we did see a bit of higher expenses because the Federation as well as our member organizations were slowly emerging from the pandemic, but not enough to actually have that much of expenses. We also saw reduced income compared to the previous years because we did not receive that much of SEP fees to support our finances as a whole. A bulk of our income comes from our membership fees and also from our SEP fees. However, we were able to use our unspent funds from 2020. We had an excess of funds because of the cancellation of most events and projects. We had the excess funds to be used in 2021. So all in all, 2021 was I would say a financial stable year. We did not have any issues in terms of finances. We did not have any unforeseen expenses that were out of our control. And yeah, although my mandate only covered the last 3 months of 2021, the previous months were part of my predecessor Luca's mandate. I believe it was a smooth mandate for smooth financial year for 2021. As for 2022, we are seeing more expenses coming in because of reopening of borders and reorganizing of physical events and everything. There are more travels that have been done this year. More grants have been released by the development fund. More expenses have been are being carried out by each of the regional offices. But at the same time, we are experiencing a higher income due to the reintroduction of SEP fees and also higher membership fees. Now we have more members joining our association. We did not receive, just like the previous year, we still have not received any external sponsorships or income from other sources. But this is largely due to the fact that we were still somewhere within the pandemic, and we have not been able to gain proper communication with other parties. However, I predict that this will definitely change in the next year, as everything is completely reopened, and we'll be able to have proper engagement with our partners and other potential sponsors to have an external income. Regardless, I feel our internal income when it comes to our membership fees and SEP fees, as well as our support from FIP and other miscellaneous income, is strong enough to support the Federation. So as a conclusion of my financial report, I would say that IPSF is still very much financially stable, and I'm looking forward to manage the finances for the upcoming year. So thank you, and open to your questions.
Thank you, Kishan. We'll be opening the floor for discussion. Please, if you have any intervention, to use the Google form to submit them so we can give you the floor to speak. If not, we will be proceeding to voting. There are no intervention in the system. Kindly, if you have submitted anything and we are facing technical, to type something in the chat box. If not, we will be closing the floor for discussion and moving to voting.
Osama, I can confirm that there are no people in the speaking list.
Thank you. Now we proceed to voting. All in favor and for this motion, please type Y in the chat box. We are still missing 2. Okay then. Anyone against? Please type Y in the chat box. When we have no abstention, motion carried with simple majority. Thank you. The results of the vote are 24, 1 against, and 0 abstentions. We can update the result on the screen.
Sorry.
Thank you. Next motion is motion 47. This, the 68th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the IPSF revised budget 2022 and IPSF budget 2023. Again, Kishan, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Osama. And let me share my screen because I would like to explain a bit about this. Oh God. Okay, can everyone see my screen, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this Excel sheet is also available in the GA folder, which would show you the outcome of 2021, the revised budget for 2022, as well as the proposed budget for 2023. So as I mentioned just now, during the financial report motion, the proper breakdown of the 2021 finances are available here. So I won't go through 2021. Oh dear. Oh. Okay. Right. So yeah. So let me just briefly go through 2023, which is the proposed budget for next year. So compared to 2022 and also for 2021, we are expecting a higher income from our membership fees and SEP fees. This is based on data that we have collected and discussions that I've had with the chairperson of Student Exchange. So I foresee a pretty strong income that's going to be coming in next year. Will help to support our activities, and which is why I've indicated an increase in the SEP fees for the next mandate. And the rest of the income are more or less the same as the previous years, although we did not receive much of any other sources of income compared to our membership fees and SEP fees in the previous years. I will be working to ensure that we do at least find some other external sources of income so that we don't have to depend too much on our fees as well as our reserves and capitals. And just for everyone's notice, the reason why the regional officers' reserves are not clearly mentioned here is because they have their own financial reports that are presented in their respective regional assemblies, and they are also have been vetted by me. So as long as it's clearly stated in their financial reports, we don't have to state it here, because the regional officers' expenses and income are only for that specific regional office. Okay, so that is about the income. To the expenses, as with higher income, we also need to have higher expenses, because well, things are getting a bit more expensive. One particular increase was in the travel expenses, as more events are being organized offline, more executive committees are needed to travel for these events, and so I have allocated an increase in, especially in the United Nations travel budget, from 4,000 in the previous year to 5,000. And but the rest have been pretty much the same. This will be revised, however, in the next in the middle of the next mandate, should there be a need for higher how do you say, budget for travels if needed. But that is after discussing with the entire EXCO or with the secretariat. But for now, this is what I propose to be used for the next year. And the allocation for each regional offices remains the same at 2,000 euros per regional office. Under domains and publication, it still remains the same. We have had higher expenses for our website and SAP database this year, but it has not yet reached that 5,000 proposed 5,000 limit that we had in the previous budget. So that's why I'm keeping it at still 5,000. However, if I do foresee that we might have a bit more of expenses for this, and it will be revised accordingly in the next mandate, should there be a need for any additional funds. When it comes to projects and campaigns, most of it stays relatively the same. For apartment expenses, there has been an increase in electricity and heating. This is a notice from the company that's providing us for our gas and electricity in the Netherlands. Our expenses for electricity and heating are increasing quite rapidly, and we are also hosting EXCO and IPSF team in the flat once again, as well as external parties when they rent out our flat. So yes, so we will be seeing an increase in utilities expenses for the next mandate and the future. This also involves any other miscellaneous fees that we need to maintain the flat. As for rent, it still remains at a 10,000 euro limit, but this is just for the information of the entire General Assembly. Our rent increases every year, and I foresee that at least by 2024, it will surpass the 10,000 euro mark. But of course, during that time, the budget will be revised accordingly. So for now, it is still at a 10,000 euro limit. Expenses for permanent officer remains the same. This is also for the treasurer when I need to, or the future treasurer when we go to the Netherlands to do any work related to the bank or the Chamber of Commerce. It is involved in this budget. Office expenses have also increased. This is due to us having other additional expenses that we could not cover in other parts of the budget that we use for our administrative purposes. There is a slight increase from the revised budget. We initially brought it down to 300, and then now we're having it back at 500, and the rest of the expenses remain the same. So compared to the previous mandates, yes, there is an increase in the income and the expenses, but this is in line with the Federation and also our member organizations and also external parties having their events more online, more physically, more projects are being organized. So it sort of balances out. But of course, like I mentioned before, and also in my previous reports and previous motions, that we will be looking into ways to increase more income for our federation so that we can properly support our expenses and activities for the mandate. That's all for now. That's all that I have to say for the budget for next year. I am open to questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishan. Now we open the floor for discussion. Anyone has any comments, question, please submit your intervention through the form. Can we also go back to the parliamentarian system screen? Yes. Good. So we have a new comment from BPSA UK. Daniel, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Daniel, BPSA UK. I might be mistaken, but can I just double check, is the development fund meant to be included in this overall overview? And if so, where do you find it? Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. No, the development funds budget is not included because the budget does not need to be decided by the General Assembly. So it's decided internally within the Development Fund Committee and myself based on our income for this year. So this year we managed to have an auction night. Granted, the income was not as much as we expected, but we still have unused funds from the previous years and also our development fund reserves that we'll be able to use for our development fund activities for the next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have BPHD Germany. Floor is yours.
Verena, BPHD Germany, we haven't registered, so someone had to had made a mistake.
Okay, thank you. So we move to GPSA Ghana. Edward, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Edward, GPSA Ghana. Under the projects and campaign section, I saw something IPSF team, and then it was into bracket for partial World Congress registration. Could I please get a clarification on that, please? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Edward, for the question. Kishan, IPSF Treasurer here. So what this is that we usually provide for partial World Congress registrations for IPSF team members to attend the World Congress for IPSF team related work. This is usually reserved for people in the PD portfolio because they are usually involved in the PD competitions, or sometimes in the external portfolio if they are involved in meeting potential sponsors, external partners, so on and so forth. And yes, I'm now noticing that there is a typo. It should be World Congress, not World Congress. And I will change it in a moment. But yeah, yes. And also, we also, any IPSF team member who has official work may apply for this. But of course, this is under the discretion of the executive committee. So we only provide up to 4 partial registrations and no travel registrations unless approved by the executive committee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have, okay.
It's a direct.
Do I have the floor, please?
Yes, direct from GPSA Ghana. Edward, the floor is yours.
Yeah, Edward, GPSA Ghana. So I just wanted to confirm also, with this partial World Congress registration being covered for IPSF team, is that also like not part of the development fund sending like the grants for members to apply for, or that's like a different thing altogether? Thank you.
Thank you, Edward, for your question. Kishan, IPSF Treasurer here. No, the IPSF Development Fund grants are solely for regular members who are not IPSF team members. Well, we prioritize regular members to be part of, to apply for the grants so that we can alleviate their financial burden in attending the World Congress for the sake of participation. This budget is for IPSF team members when they have official work to be done during the World Congress, and they can apply to the executive committee, and we will be able to partially cover their registration during the World Congress. As you may know, registrations for the entire executive committee is completely covered under the budget of the World Reception Committee of the World Congress, but not IPSF team. However, if there is any IPSF team member who needs to have official work done there, we can cover this. And as I mentioned before, it's usually reserved for the PD portfolio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have no more intervention on the speaker system. So we'll be moving to voting. So all those for accepting this motion, please type a Y in the chat box. Thank you. All against? We have no abstention. The results are 20 votes for, 1 against, and 0 abstention, which means this motion has been carried with simple majority. So this, the 68th IPSF General Assembly accepts and adopts the IPSF revised budget 2022 and IPSF budget 2023. Next motion. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Kishi. Next motion on our agenda is
next motion is motion 80. Give me a second.
It's loading. Hold on. Okay.
So the next motion is motion 80 that is proposed by APHASP USA and TPI Turkey. We have delegates from US here with us. Yes, we do. The motion reads this: the 68th IPSF General Assembly mandates the IPSF Executive Committee in conjunction with the Information Technology Manager to change the website server company for IPSF Global and Regional websites. Updates regarding this motion shall be sent to all CPs by February 1st, 2023. All websites should be fully operational by the 69th IPSF General Assembly, and an official report shall be submitted to the 69th General Assembly. This motion shall be achieved by the 1st of January 2023 and shall not be reviewed. So do we have motivation from the proposer and seconder? APHA ASP USA.
Yes, hi, how are y'all? So this was mainly proposed because Paro has been having some problems with the website. But as we started talking to other member organizations and other regions, we also realized that other regions were also having these same problems. And so talking with EXCO at the World Congress, we kind of came to this conclusion. And when we proposed this legislation and when we voted on it in World Congress, we had asked IPSF EXCO for like an update on the website and feasibility that were to be reported to us here on the online General Assembly. And so we'll be waiting. It may have already been said, I wasn't on there this morning, but it may have already been said, and I would really like to hear like kind of what the updates EXCO has. But this is basically just to solve all of the website issues that IPSF has been having. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything to add from TPAYC Turkey?
Mustafa, TPAYC Turkey. We don't have anything to add. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, okay. So before opening the floor for discussion, I would like to share a point of information regarding the situation in hand. IPSF has been dealing with the issue of the website during the previous mandate, where we have faced some difficulties that resulted in sometimes inaccessibility to certain aspects and certain features of the SEP database. A decision was made to move our website to the server of our website developer, which was a decision made by the executive committee in order to avoid any further security breaches that would make it harder for anyone to access the website through a Google search or while typing the website information, website link or website handle, and finding themselves in a different website. Of course, as we already have mentioned during the GA, the information or the personal information of our students marked at the SEP database is encrypted and only accessible by those who have access through our own accounts, which wasn't the security breach in question. We have faced some issues accessing the website as a viewer, but not as, through the control panel and as editors. So in order to make sure that no such thing happens again for the rest of this mandate, a decision was made to move back our servers for the main websites to the servers of our providers, who offers backup services, updates on time, which prevents our website from getting any kind of security threats or security breaches. This is also something that we have been trying to pass on to the next executive committee, because as you already have seen in the budget has increased for our website, and we are quite at the limit of how much we are planning to spend on the website itself. The issue in hand, which is stopping us each time from stepping out from the higher rate servers offered by our website developers, is first of all our inability to sustain a team that is capable of updating and making sure that our website is cyberly secured, if I may say. And in addition to that, our website for especially the SEP database was hard-coded by our website provider, which made it very difficult for us to navigate on our own in terms of problems regarding the programming and the whole coding of the pages themselves, which meant us returning to our website provider each time. The issue here is that if we want to change the website company that is providing our servers, we either need someone from our team who is very capable of making sure that updates are arranged accordingly and hoping that we will not be facing any other coding problems with our SEP database. A permanent solution or a sustainable solution would be to design a different IPSF database that is easier for us to access and to edit in order for us to move on with the website elsewhere. As in regards to the regional websites, it is unfortunately a financial obstacle when it comes to moving all our subdomains to the same servers. It would be way beyond the budget, and it would be, let's say, way too expensive to be reasonably presented as an option for us to keep doing this the same way. As we are now, our main website is coded with a Droplol system, while the other regional websites are easier to handle with the WordPress services, which is maybe designed this way in order for us to have our RMPOs more equipped with handling the website, as it seems to be that WordPress services are easier to access and easier to use, rather than the ones that require more technical knowledge about the topic, and therefore making it harder each time for us to, like I said, maintain the same level of proficiency and the same. Server company is a bit early, truth be told. It would be harder for us to find a different server company that is going to be a sustainable solution. We can always move back to other servers with cheaper rates that would result in us going back to the same situation as in the previous mandate. And when it comes to our deal with Typify, once signed, we will be having 1 year of, we'll be having 1 year deal with our server provider in order for us to manage and plan for the next and future mandates solution. So for me, it would be best and more feasible if this motion stated or gave more time for the executive committee to plan the move of the website to a different server. I mean, otherwise, yes, it is very much the same thought we had as executive committee regarding the future of our websites. It was made a higher priority to recommend for the next executive committee to carry on the work and launch a certain survey early in the mandate to find a different server provider that would help us and hopefully can host all our features for the meantime. And hopefully we will not need to change anything, especially with the SEP database, because we cannot keep going in circles like this. We have tried to leave the servers of our website server provider now 2 times, and we find ourselves always back to the same server provider, running from the typical security breaches that make it impossible for any viewer or any visitors to get easy access to our website and find themselves. We had Yes, I think we have comments. Kishan, yes.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Kishan.
Sorry, okay, Kishan, IPSF Treasurer. Not to drag this any longer, I think Osama has already mentioned it. Moving the, a big reason why we have seen an increase in our website expenditure this year was because of the recent change in server that we had, which did enable us to have a better control of our website, which is a good thing. But changing the regional websites as well and doing any other change, changing the whole thing completely to a different company or different servers to host will incur a very, very big cost for us, which I believe that we do not have sufficient funds to support. That's all from me at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Kishan. Isaac.
Thank you, Usama. Isaac, Secretary General. I think Usama has said more like explained the whole thing in great detail. But I just wanted to add the bit that in summary, you guys should look at two main things, or maybe three main things. Number one, we already spent a lot of money on Typify, an overwhelming, crazy amount of money on Typify. Number two, Typify is very professional. They are good at what they do. The only problem with Typify has to do with response. They have a very slow response feedback. So it needs a little bit of push, it needs a little bit of effort. If you have to even call them sometimes, there have been situations where I had to call them on phone to get a response. And then when we do, they do respond and they do a good job. So that's not even the problem. And then the third and final thing I want you guys to consider is that there's a lot of data with the SEP database. I think Usama has mentioned that. That should be a major thing for you guys to consider. Moving to a new server will mean that, yes, the SEP database is still ours, but whichever provider we're using should know how to manage that SEP, like the SEP database. And Typify managing it for us is a good idea because they designed that database themselves. They have all the codes and everything, and what someone may take like a month to resolve, they take a day if they're being responsive. So these are what I want you guys to understand to make the right decision. Thank you.
We have clarification from IPSF Portugal.
Denise, IPSF Portugal, we would just like to clarify, you mentioned if they are being responsive. I think in the RA, if I'm not mistaken, it was mentioned that you have paid more this mandate for them to be more responsive. So you already kind of have that figured out with them, right?
Yes, sorry, can I go?
Yes, Isaac.
Yeah, but we didn't sign it yet, thank goodness, because then if you guys voted against this, then it would have ruined that. But yes, we have that SLA drafted where we're going to sign it, where we would have to pay a monthly fee constantly, and they would have to reach out to us every month to access if there's an issue we want resolved with the system. But again, unfortunately, this would only cover our main website and the SEP database. It would not cover regional websites. We're still figuring out the regional websites bit, but that's something that we're handing over to the next EXCO to figure it out. What we have done in this EXCO is we have left some minutes, and then we're also in Secretariat going to put together sort of like a summary of everything we've done on the website and hand that with our recommendation and everything to the new executive committee to figure out. And also we will be needing CPs in a survey for options, especially within Europe, if we were going to change Typify to a new provider, because the problem has been that we've been struggling to get someone as good as Typify to begin with a more affordable rate, because even though Typify is expensive, they're relatively more affordable. And like Usama pointed out, we tried to go away from Typify, and that's how come we find ourselves in this current situation. Because if we didn't move from Typify 2 years ago, we would not have found ourselves where we are now. And that was because we felt, we were spending too much money, and then we could handle the website ourselves, or we could get a new person that was cheaper. In the end, we couldn't get it, and then we ended up here. So I can't share opinions, but just put that in mind that this is what it is.
Thank you, Isaac. Kishan?
Thank you, Osama. Kishan, IPSF Treasurer. Sorry, I just want to say that we understand the frustrations that the regions have with their regional websites for constantly having issues. It is in our plan to work on the regional websites, at least if not now, in the next mandate as well. So just to assure everyone that we will not leave the regional websites behind. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Yes, APHASP.
Hey, Grant Smith, APHASP. I wanted to basically ask, so, I mean, what it sounds like what y'all are saying is this may not be the right solution for the problem at hand. And I'm wanting to know if there's like a better solution that we could pitch or amend this to, I don't know, give us a cheaper way to providing a temporary solution for the website issues. Thanks.
Thank you, Grant. So to summarize what the executive committee, the outgoing executive committee is suggesting was to maintain certain stability with the website by signing that SLA with our current website server company, while working in parallel to find different options that would be, a proper survey that would help us make informed decision regarding the future of the different websites that we have under our domain, and of course the subdomains. Because if we are going to leave, or if we are going to execute the plan as mentioned in the motion, it is highly likely that we would be finding ourselves in the same situation as last mandate with the different difficulties, especially, the worst part is the SEP database. Other information on the website can be edited with time, even if there were some moments of the mandates where we had to back up our website, which meant losing some information to previous content, and we keep receiving signals that the information on the website is outdated because the backup file. And we need to understand something, that even with cheaper options, there are limitations to how much data our servers can hold. And sometimes we would resort to buying more space on our website or deleting some cache files that the IT manager with the coordination of the chairperson of media publication deem possible or deletable in order to save space. With each application form created, there are different copies in the system, and there is a lot of data that we need to think of the space that we are utilizing for the different function of the websites. And at many moments of the mandates, we did receive inquiries from different members of our organization and federation saying that the website is inaccessible. And in these times, the capacity of our servers were surpassed. And all these problems are already, let's say, highlighted. And if we take our time for the next mandates and we have a proper parallel work, with the different individuals that are part of our federation, especially the CPs and the different member organizations who already have functioning website. They can propose different options for us to go with. And if we have enough time to make an informed decision regarding the different options and the different packages that these proposition would grant us, we can do something similar to what we did after Zimbabwe, the 62nd IPSF World Congress, where it was decided to look for different provider, and we landed with Typify. It took us a lot of years to finally have a functional website, which I hope this time won't take as much if we do this properly and with the let's say the proper speed when it comes to our actions. So to me, and if this is going to work, I don't think that the first part of the motion should be included in the text. However, delivering an official report to the next General Assembly or making a decision by the next General Assembly is something that we should aim for and work our best to perform and do as part of our online presence and, of course, digital imprint of the Federation. Thank you. Yes, APHASP.
Grant Smith, APHASP. Thank you for your response on that. I'm wondering, would it be better if we struck out IPSF Global and just focused on the regional websites that aren't working and also extended the timeline to, let's say, a year or year and a half?
Okay, so if you are proposing an amendment to the motion, yes, you can do that. However, we have a point of order from Isaac. Isaac, the floor is yours.
Isaac, Secretary General. Just a reminder to the PHASP to please use the Google form for new comments and direct comments. We use the chat box only for points of information and order. Thank you. And procedural motions. Wait, Keisha, could you please post the correct Google form? I think he also is using the wrong one.
Okay, I think the correct link has been sent to the group. Sorry, I can't maneuver my chat box much, but yeah, okay, we have a new comment. Usama?
Yes.
Grant Smith, AVHA, USA. Thanks for sending the link. I would like to move to amend the motion to strike out the global, like the words global and from the first sentence. So it should read the website server company for IPSF regional websites. And then, let's see. Then it says updates regarding this motion shall be sent to all CPs by February 1st, 2023. And then all websites should be fully operational. We'll say by the 70th IPSF General Assembly, and an official report shall be submitted to the 70th General Assembly. This motion shall be achieved by, let's say, the 1st of January, 2024.
Okay, so before proceeding with this, is TPAYC Turkey in agreement with the proposed changes?
For TPOS Turkey, yes, we are.
Perfect. So can we show the amendment on the screen in order to discuss it? We might need your assistance, APHA. Yes,
APHA, please tell me how the exact wording.
I think I've already changed it. Can APHA please check?
Okay.
Should be submitted by the 7th. Sorry. Yep. Where is it? Okay, all changes have been made.
Yes, Isaac?
Just to clarify, APHA wants a report or updates to be sent to CPs by February of 2023, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so then this motion cannot be achieved by January 2024 because then the motion doesn't make sense. So we can achieve the motion immediately. So we can achieve the motion immediately and shall not be reviewed. Or if you want it to be reviewed by the 69th IPSF General Assembly as well. Do you get what I mean?
No, I'm confused, sorry.
Okay, so you want the motion to be achieved by the 1st of January 2024, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so it means all the content of the motion will start taking effect from the 1st of January 2024. But there's a requirement in the motion which mandates executive committee to do something by February 1st, 2023.
Yes, that was just like a report of what you are doing to achieve the motion.
Exactly. So it means that this will either have to be 1st of January 2023 for the motion to be achieved, or you have to change February 1st, 2023. So I am advising that this motion be achieved by, like, immediately. This motion shall be achieved immediately, shall not be reviewed, which would then mean that every content in the motion is, like, everything in the motion will be in motion, will be in effect. So it means that on the February 1st, 2023, we will be giving you updates. And you also need to specify who is giving the updates. So, well, you already mentioned IT manager and executive committee, so I guess that is implied in that. But you really need to fix the dates. So instead of 1st January 2024, I would advise you put immediately.
Can I amend it now, or do I need to make a new comment?
Usama, that's up to you.
Yes, floor is yours. APSA, APHA USB.
Grants of
USA.
APHA USA. I move to amend the last sentence to be achieved immediately and shall not be reviewed.
Point of order, Osama.
Yes, Tishan.
Just want to ask if, to have TPAYC agree to that amendment or not?
Mustafa TPOC Turkey, yes, I agree.
Okay.
Thank you, Tishan.
Changes have been made. The new motion is on the screen. Please review it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, do we have other? We have a new comment other than this one. Can we update the speakers list? Okay, do we have other comments? Okay, I see none. I assume we can close the floor for discussion and move to voting. So we will be voting through the chat box. All in favor of this motion, please type Y in the chat box now. We are still missing some. I'll be.
We're missing 3 votes. Okay, maybe they're abstaining or against.
Okay, we have now anyone against the motion, please type Y in the chat box. Thank you. We have no abstentions, which means the motion has carried with simple majority. 24, 1 against and 0 abstention. Please update the results on the screen. Now we move to the okay, so the next motion is proposed by the Pan American Regional Assembly, which Who do we have here on behalf of the Pan-American Regional Office? Yes, APF Portugal. What's your technical?
Denise, APF Portugal. Could you show again the results, because I think there might be a mistake.
Can we go back to motion 80? Yes, APF Portugal.
Okay, there isn't, sorry.
Thank you. Motion 84. Okay, thank you, Maria. So the motion reads this: the 68th IPSF General Assembly mandates that website working group be created. This motion shall achieve the following: an IPSF working group be created by the chairperson of Media and Publication to address the concerns of the IPSF website. The chairperson of Media and Publication shall preside over all working group proceedings. The working group shall consist of all RMPOs, or the RMPO can select a representative from their RMPO, let's say RMPS. For the chairperson of media publication and the information technology manager, the working group shall last 1 year and accomplish the following goals: evaluate the proper course of action regarding the current website issues, recommend the course of action to the chairperson of media publication, create a plan to prevent future website issues from occurring, and D, if a course of action cannot be acted upon within the 1 year term, the committee shall present the possible courses of action to the 69th General Assembly. This motion shall be achieved immediately and shall be reviewed by the 69th General Assembly. So we have to deliver motivation on this motion.
Hi, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this this motion came out of the Regional Assembly. It came out after discussion regarding the lack of a working website and kind of the problems that created for the region. So based on what we've seen today thus far, I think this motion could either act as supplementary to the previous motion that we just approved. But if we feel that the other motion was sufficient, I think we are okay with this one not passing. But overall, the motivation for this was just ensuring that the website, that it was being worked on to ensure that in the future, we don't have these issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Now we open the floor for discussion. Please submit your intervention through the shared form. I see no other interventions, so we will be proceeding to voting. We'll be utilizing the chat box for this vote. Please type Y in the chat box if you are for this motion. Can you hear me? So all those for this motion, please type Y in the chat box. Okay, all those against? Any abstentions?
Usama, we're missing one vote.
Yes. Okay. Okay, since we are missing one vote, we will be redoing the voting procedure through Nemo votes. Okay, the vote is open. We have 5 minutes to carry out the vote. Please proceed to your NemoVote accounts and vote on the motion shown on the screen. We are still waiting for BPSA UK, AFOP Austria, FASFA Romania, and KNAPS Korea. So everyone voted, NemoVote closed. The result will be shown on the screen shortly. So we have 19 for and 2 against. This motion has been carried with a simple majority. We have reached the end of our scheduled time for this session. We still have more motions to discuss. We'll be needing.
We have 2 more.
2 more, yes. So we suspend the standing orders and, oh no, the next session is in 30 minutes. We will be taking our scheduled break. We need a proposer and seconder to suspend the standing orders proposed by GPSA Ghana, and seconded by IPSF Portugal. All against closing in suspended standing orders, please type Y in the chat box. No one against, no abstentions. Motion carried. We have suspended the standing orders. Isaac, the floor is yours. Isaac?
Sorry, did you mention my name? I didn't hear anything. All
Yes.
I heard was that. I'm sorry, what did you need me to do?
We have suspended the standing orders.
Okay, roll call. Give me a second. Okay, half of Austria. And in France. And APF Portugal. APF Peru. APHA, ASP United States of America. Do we have APHA in the room? Okay, ASEP Switzerland, ASEP Algeria, BPHD Germany, BPSA United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, CZPSA Czech Republic, IPSF Egypt, FASFA Romania, GPSA Ghana, GPSA Ghana, UPSA Hungary, KNPSV the Netherlands, CAPSA Kenya, KNAPS Republic of Korea, KNAPS, LPSA Lebanon, NAPSTAR Australia, PSAT Thailand, SHISISAFICA Slovenia, TPOIC Turkey. Thank you. See you all in 21 minutes.
Can we please turn the live stream